To install Tiling Window Manager i3 in PuppyLInux. I'll be using F96CE4 ISO, and I'll put a link to where to download. This is pretty much a fresh copy of a PuppyLInux, and I've rebooted, so there is a first save. So the first thing what you want to do is today is just a quick overview, and you may want to say, well, why should I try it on PuppyLInux? So if you have some background of PuppyLInux, it's much easier to try and add i3 on top of it, because then you don't have to deal with the sudo, and you already have a puppy base, so you'll have all these icons to help you, and then you can still use the same save folder, and then there's always rocks file manager that's already installed. So those are some of the reasons why you want to do that. And then first thing what we'll do is we'll go ahead and install i3. You can go to F12 and then setup, and then legacy, and then you should just do an update package database, which I've already done. And then you can type in i3, and then let's see what pops up, and then we'll just go ahead and alphabetize just by tapping on a package tab. And when you get to this screen here, you have several choices, and what works for me is to make sure that you go ahead and click this i3wm, and then install it, and then i3 status. Now we finished installing those two packages, and the next thing what we'll have to do is we'll have to open up our rocks again, and then go to backslash. We'll get to backspace, and we'll go to etc, and then we'll go to window manager down here, and then so we'll go to geany here, and then you're gonna find that its default is JWM. So what you want to do is just simply type in i3, because you want it to boot into i3 next time. So this is how you do it. So later on, and you save it, and then now it will, when it boots again, it's gonna boot into i3. Now you rebooted and then entered the return key twice, and you should now be in this screen. And then you can see that there is a bar, i3 bar down here, and then we still have these here because you used the PuppyLInux base. So we can just start the rocks filer, and you can see that right away that this is indeed a tiling window manager. And just to initiate or launch the terminal, what you do is super and enter, open the terminal, and then we'll just to close any active application. The key in i3 is default is a super shift and Q. And then now first thing we want to do is just Control H to see all the configuration file dots, and then we can go ahead and go through i3 .config, and here is i3, and then we're going to make a copy of this just to have it as a baseline. So we'll just right click and then go to copy, and then right click again, paste. So we have a copy of a configuration. Now we want to start this here in geany, and right click again, and then Geany opens up, and here's the Geany with the configuration file. It's where all the configuration pretty much for i3 is. And we can see that I am running a simple screen recorder, and there's a gator tray here that's already running. And well, since I'm not going to use the i3 lock to lock the screen, we'll just go ahead and comment that out. And this is a volume control key. And so now it's in a i3 sense. There is a different terminal that's assigned. So what we want to do is here, and we want to go ahead and enable it, and then we'll just make it easy for us, and then we'll just go ahead and make a copy, paste, and then we'll go ahead and change this to T. That's what I'm used to, is a super and T key. And let's go ahead and start xterm, which is what I prefer. And it's not going to look right because of .xresource file is not properly set. Rather than using super, shift, and Q to close an application, I prefer just to use a F4 to close any application that's running. We can do that, and then there is a default D menu. So super and D starts the default D menu. So that's a basically a launcher. So super, and then focus. So it just means if I want, right now the window is focused, and if I want to go here, you can either use the mouse or super and J. So right hand J will move it over here, and semicolon move it back. So we'll go. I'll just go ahead and demonstrate. So I'm entering the super and J. So now the focus has changed. Now I'm going to go to super and semicolon. It comes back. So right, we'll just go ahead and save it for now. Super, shift, and R will reread, and there's no error that pops up. So now the things that might have changed. So we're just going to go ahead and close the left side. So we'll go to super and J to go to the left, and then we'll go ahead and use F4 to close. So that works. So you reread the configuration file. Now we also want to be able to configure i3 bar down here. So what we have to do is go ahead and start the terminal with a super T now, and then and to find out where that file is. So find // and then I'll go ahead and xdev just to make sure that it doesn't search through all the multiple PuppySave folders, and then iname, and then i3 status config, and then it's right there. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and copy this file here, and then middle mouse click into root.config i3. That's where we want it. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and do. So now we're going to open the geany, that file in the geany, and we're going to close this terminal window. And so here it is. So here is a i3 status configuration file, and it has a lot of information. Basically, you just whatever you don't want, you can go ahead and disable it. So I'll just go ahead and disable everything except for the clock for now. And then time, and then format is I prefer to use a different format, so FB, FD, and then LMP. So this is what I prefer. You can go ahead and close, and then we want to go back to the i3 configuration, and then we'll have to give it a proper command here to link this bar into the major main configuration file. Now to link the i3 status.config, what you need to do is just replace this here to proper file location. So you want this, and then go ahead and save it, and then now we're going to read the main configuration file with the super shift R, and then now you can see that things have changed. Now since we replaced JWM with i3 disk manager, we will not have the menu. So what you will need is the application launcher, and I recommend that we go ahead and install Synapse, and we'll go ahead and get the package manager started here, and then we'll go ahead and Synapse is an application launcher, so we'll go ahead and get it here and then do it and install, and it shouldn't take long, so we'll just go ahead and continue. So we'll go ahead and OK, and then we're gonna go ahead and close, and then we'll go ahead and simply start Synapse here, and then you're gonna get to a little dot on the right edge, and you want to click on the preference, and we want to start on login, and notification is fine, so you get a little small notification that is running, and then we'll go ahead and close, and then we'll go ahead and reboot and then continue. Now even after reboot, you will not see the Synapse icon, and control spacebar will also confirm that spacebar is Synapse is not installed. So what you have to do is you have to add this small script to the main configuration of the geany here. So I have it right here. So what we have to do is go all the way down, and then add here. This gives it a command to go ahead and auto start on reboot. Now finally, after reboot, now you will see a Synapse icon, and then to confirm, control spacebar will bring up Synapse, and now we want to just go ahead and do the one more configuration, just little dot at the end, and go to preferences, and then we want to change this to Virgilio in my case, and I think that you may like this much better than the default. So we go ahead and close that. We're going to start the Synapse with a control and spacebar again. Now you can go ahead and type whatever you want. For example, what we want to do is type in Firefox in this case. Overview of how to go ahead and install i3 in PuppyLInux. To get a further detailed information, I would strongly recommend that you go to this site, and I'll leave a link in the description, and it gives you a lot of information on how to further set up. As a final word of using a tiling manager, a window manager in PuppyLInux, there is a even more streamlined tiling manager made specifically for PuppyLInux, and I'll refer you to this page here. And what I presented is mainly if you already have had some exposure to i3 tiling window manager. This is clearly the way to go.